Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Thank you so much for joining me. Good evening to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you very much. You can share this broadcast with your friends. Tell them Maiyegun is live. I'm going to do the same thing now. Okay. And yeah, let them know Maiyegun is
lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
so sorted now.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Thank you very much for joining me. This is Maiyegun live from wherever you are watching from. Remember, if you are joining me on YouTube, you can subscribe if you haven't already, or just give that thumb up under the video to register your presence, okay? Thank you so much. Some of you must have been following the resurgence in the war on this, on free speech, the one that they have been battling with from day one since these Janjaweed criminals came to power. People who lied their way to power and believed that they could lie their way to cover all the atrocities, including the terrorism that they brought. You could lie your way to power. You could lie to get to power. You can't lie to rule a country. Maybe you can, but you must really, really be a very, very good and a professional liar. But these ones are quacks who never felt that a day will come that the same instruments, the same voyage that they used in getting to power will become the same voyage that is going to end them and send many of them to to jail, either locally or internationally. Social media platform, something that the APC, as well as all of their Facebook bandits, the social media admin, when they were dishing out lies upon lies, they were dishing out promises that you could even imagine how they were going to fulfill them. When the old lie now crashed on them, they want to shut down the social media. They are not giving up. Remember when they said they wanted to set up when they wrote a bill about a social media bill, hate speech law. All these were put together to gag and sealed everyone's lips, including if you have become a victim of their tyrannical regime in Nigeria. The only way to keep it away from the rest of the world is to never have access to that platform to share it in the first place. But they didn't know how to do it. First, Liar Mohammed approached the National Assembly and he told them that they needed a law, anything that will make it easier for them to just tell the telcos to switch off and switch on the internet in Nigeria. That was kind of a joke, right? Well, it wasn't. They were so desperate. And I'll tell you why tonight. And why we must not stop. Why the only last the stumbling block they have to finish whatever they are doing in that place, to bury all the secrets of what they are doing, is to bury the social media and bury the internet. They will do a lot to damage it. In fact, by the end of this year, many people will get so used to using the VPN to access internet, not just social media. And by the middle of 2022, it will be worse than Syria. And I'll tell you why they are doing it. So Liar Mohammed approached them that they needed something, a law, anything that could make them switch off and switch on social media, internet, because people are engaging on it too much. But that didn't work. Then they found something recently, and that is the NBC Act. They said the NBC Act, Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation or something like that, right? They are the agency that regulates media in Nigeria, print, electronic, and I think social media now. So what they are now doing is that they want to regulate it so that every social media in the world, they have to pick up a CAC form, and register their company in Nigeria. So Facebook, Instagram, and all of them. Because to them, it will be easier to let them know the rules of using social media in their country. And this is what they want to do. There are bigger platforms of so many groups who have dedicated their time, their resources in educating the people on why Nigeria should be peacefully divided. Now, the government knows that more people are listening to this because of the failure, the destruction, as well as the impunity brought upon the people of Nigeria under this Boko Haram's government. They have no way of working around it other than possibly to gag the media and bury the ongoing genocide, as many as other, killings going on in the country. So you should register so they can shut you down. They can shut, if you are in Nigeria, the moment you say anything that criticizes the government, they will just call the platform to shut you down. They will get you arrested. That is exactly, you see all these platforms that are still pretty much pulling the crowd, organizing rallies, events, and all of that. Protest. So it will be easier to track them, it will be easier to tail them, and it will be easier to have evidence because the companies will have to hand them over. And that is, I don't know if that is even more like a North Korea, if not worse. All in an effort to help Boko Haram bury the killings of the Igbos, the Fulani jihadists who have now who have now surrounded Nigeria, in order to just help them bury the whole thing. They are so angry that Twitter deleted Boko Haram's tweets. And because of that, millions of people, 40 million, which in fact, more than 10 million of them are using Twitter to run their businesses, the same businesses that the Boko Haram and Co. have destroyed. Because somebody deleted Boko Haram's Twitter and they took themselves to Kukuru in India. And they didn't know that the person who set up Kukuru is somebody who is anti-Islam. But they dragged Nigeria there. They deleted all the social media handle on Twitter that should normally, well, they never really give any information other than propaganda. And they are so hell-bent. Somebody pointed it out when Laya Mohammed was at the assembly. And I think I should play this as a reminder before we get to where we are going today.
Services licenses will be injurious to civic space. We can see what has been happening in the past few weeks. And I'm happy, that the House of Representatives has tried to weigh in on that as well. Freedom of expression and media freedom in Nigeria. The inclusion of this IPTV, yes, among the classes of licenses list IPTV, IP radio, EPG, online news-related services, internet broadcasting website, over-the-top television, and any other class of license as may be determined by the Commission. They should be removed. This will be enemies. This will be legal ground, for the executive to close the civil space in this country. Number 10. Exercising regulatory power of sanctions over a license up to 3 times during a 5-year period should not be enough grounds to refuse license renewal. Hence, the new section 13A2B in the bill should be removed. The penalty for failure to make license renewal application 6 months to license expiration is too harsh. Hence, section 13A4 of the bill should be reviewed. Then, this bill talks of returning expired licenses. Why return an expired license? An expired license is a dead license. Hence, section 13B of the bill should be removed. Section 14 should be amended to provide that government appropriation to the NBC should be through the first line charge. Section 15 should be amended to provide that the collection of radio and TV licenses could be outsourced, that's the collection, by the Commission, and the proceeds should be distributed by NBC to broadcasters in the public, private, commercial, and community subsectors and other players which have emerged in the digital transition period. Additionally, Section 1B of the 4th section for the schedule of the Constitution should be amended to remove the hands of local governments from the collection of the fees.
And many more. But let me say it to you in our language, okay? What they were amending, they're amending a lot of things, okay, that will give them power, but that is absolute irrelevant. In that act, that will give the agency in a ministry of information, that agency will have the right to shut down internet, to shut down radio station, to shut down anything that criticizes Bukwari. Anything. Not just criticizes. They said anything that supports the breakup of Nigeria, any platform. According to them, they said Twitter was supporting the breakup of Nigeria. And do you know what they are referring to? This is where to know that you are dealing with mindless, hopeless human beings who only think about themselves simply because they feel like the Biafrans, the IPOB members, that they have taken over the Twitter. I remember sometimes last year, if I'm not mistaken, there was a directive from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. And he said, if you are a Biafran, go and join Twitter, leave Facebook. I remember that time. I don't know if it's last year or 2 years ago. He made that advice. And truly, everywhere you go now on Twitter, you will see them there. They don't care, even if they are just being followed by just 4%. They are all following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are following every handle that promotes Biafra. Anybody that is promoting Biafra. Like magic. Millions of them joined. So everywhere you go, if you see routers, if the routers are router news, US router, Europe router, AFPO, NBC, CNN, BBC, everywhere. When you drop any message about anything, the Biafrans will come there. Maybe 3, 4, 5. If you want to find trouble, just think you can just say anything. Maybe you saw something on Facebook, and because you think, well, Biafrans, because that's one of the belief, the wrong narrative they sold when the IPOB started. They said, don't mind them, they are just a bunch of thugs. Some illiterate, some bunch of illiterate that Nnamdi Kanu was lying to. Until when these guys took over Twitter, they started running things. UK ambassador to Nigeria, that lady, she's in hell in the hands of. So it became so bad that Bukwari locked his comment section on Twitter. Like they harassed him completely out of Twitter. The guys who are tweeting for they harassed him out of Twitter. Now it became so dangerous, unadvisable for you to go on Twitter and think you can just yab or spill nonsense about Biafra. They will come for you. Like no joke. This became so daring for the liar Muhammad and the people they paid. Let me tell you something. Some of those who became part of the lying machine, propaganda machine for this jihadist regime in Nigeria, who are they really out fake lies, fake news, promises, fraudulent misinformation about what is going on, deceiving the gullibles. Many of them became prominent because they were sounding like they were intelligent on Twitter. Some of them have hundreds, if not millions of followers. Are you with me? So that gave them that leverage. When they say something, they have a lot of politically correct idiots who always believe them. So it was easier. They were like forming intellectuals until Biafrans took over. Oh boy, that's so then change them for everybody on Twitter. Now, if you want to just tweet, don't even try and say you have an opinion about, just be ready to, because from nowhere, from everywhere, they will ask you to explain. Come and see people who used to be votrons on Twitter. They are now being careful. They are being careful when they talk about Biafra, or they just support them. They say, well, make these people just go. I know on Facebook, when I see they do fight me, I fight you. They say IPOB, all of you are terrorists. They say, shut up, you Almajiri terrorists. They don't do that on Twitter. Real conversation. That was when people now realized that this is not just about riffraffs, thugs, illiterates talking about Biafra. People started saying that, wow, Wow. People who never really, who have been listening to so many other lies. You know what happened? Those who are now working for government, they became so afraid. Some of them, when they tweeted anything, lies, they will lock their comment section so that nobody will comment. Because they know that if you say anything, even if others are looking at you with one side eye, all these Biafrans, they will feed on you until you probably lock your comments, or you will just stay away, or you will just avoid them completely. This intimidation is what they called when Boko Haram came out to threaten them, because this is the genesis. So, and like I told you, their primary problem, their main problem right now, which has always been, and it kept getting stronger and stronger, is this social media platform, unfiltered information, where everybody can have access to it, except if you just want to be a mumu. You can be, you see, you have every right to be a mumu. It will be your choice, but you won't say you didn't hear. They hate it, unadulterated. They pay people. Imagine paying people to lie, to share fake news. If you see Joe Ewure, what's that one? Joe Ewu, I mean, I think they call him Joe Ewu Igbokwe, or Ewu Joe Igbokwe, or Joe Igbokwe Ewu, whatever you want to call him. They pay people to lie about what Boko Haram is doing, even when they're suffering. But yet, they couldn't control social media. Like, they couldn't. They are spending billions. They are giving people appointments. If you go to anywhere, see, ordinary counselor, if they get social media advisor. Although they will tell you, social media, who is on social media? The voters, people who vote, they are not on social media. You know what? They know that with over 60 million Nigerians in Nigeria who have access to social media, one social media or the other, one social media platform or the other, it is just going to be a matter of time. They have seen that young people can mobilize themselves without seeing themselves face to face, without calling themselves at all. They can mobilize, they can network, and they can shut down a country, Nigeria. Even if you tell them that you are bringing out soldiers, they have seen it. But they pay people to lie to you, from local government level to presidency level. Yet, they couldn't control social media. They couldn't control the narrative. Today, they are so sad that on that Twitter, if you now know data, if you go on to what are the trending topics, you will see IPOB, Biafra, IPOB, Biafra, genocide, killing Obigbo killing, this and that, genocide, Biafra. You will see them among top 10 trending topic on Twitter. You know why? Because they knew the power that tool of social media have. That is the invincible power that Boko Haram arrested Nnamdi Kanu for. Believing that if they have arrested him, they would have arrested that invincible power of control. The tool, the instrument, they have been figuring it out, but never found a way. Even when they are trying to, now they realize that how could Nnamdi Kanu be tweeting and say his mind and say whatever he like and tell people to sit at home and people will listen and tell them that this will happen? How can he be doing all of that if not because Twitter, old people, mad people, including those paid morons who are eating their future away, working for them. Old people, they believe, they don't care that there are other people using all these platforms for other businesses that in fact pay taxes to them. They don't care. And Nnamdi Kanu is using social media. He's using social media to mobilize. Look at this now. Oduduwa Republic have started too. Back in the days, all we need to do if you want to organize any meeting, you have to travel from Enugu to Ebonyi because you don't want government to know that you are calling. Because you know what I mean? You have to do mobilization. In fact, government will know later. They will arrest some of you and stop you. But with what is going on today, people can organize protests, a massive one, in a twinkle without them having to meet themselves. Oduduwa Republic are now, we now want to do a republic. Yes, we do. And what is the instrument we are using? Social media. They said people in Nigeria, they don't even hear what is going on and all of that. You are lying to yourself. what happened is that a lot is going on, and people who are in Nigeria know what is going on. It will shock you that mama that is selling you crayfish, catfish, and all of that, she has an Android phone, and she knows about Facebook. If she doesn't know about Facebook, if you think she doesn't use Facebook, she uses WhatsApp. And most of all these messages and WhatsApp update and all of that, she knows about them. And these are tools of social media that they are trying to take away. One person who came from Bokwari's constituency, from Daura, honestly speaking, we don't mind if they want to go back to the Stone Ages, simply because they want to protect their ego. They want to protect one Nigeria. They can keep it and change the name to one Nigeristan. Change the name to Nigeristan. Some people will still understand. Keep the flag, green, white, green. Or green, red, or red, white, red, anything. Just, put the cow inside, whatever. But don't take us back to that jungle simply because you are so scared to lose your loot, to lose your pension, and you don't care whatever that, or whatever jeopardy that brought upon the future of those that will leave when you are long gone. They don't care. And sincerely speaking, when you have this kind of people very close to power, it is either you fight to break it up or you are done for life. No joke.
Why are we bringing issues, trying to cause confusion where there is no confusion? It's just interest. For God's sake, what's social media? Are we eating social media? Let's go back to the resources.
That is the way that is collecting 15 million naira every month for just going there to say that rubbish. It came from Bokwari's constituency. He said, are we eating social media? What is social media, for God's sake? Educated person who use social media to campaign before his posters are on social media. The way they deal. Are we eating social media, for God's sake? What is social media? Let us go back to when we can write a letter and put it in the mail. If you ask the Sangbetos, the Buhari idiot, they say, what is wrong in that? That would just make a night post work better. As if to say they already started building the night post to make it work better so that your letter can go and you know what I mean? That is what brought us to this level called the Buhari-nomics. It's not that. Even the Sansand, senior advocate of a nonsense, that is Festus Otobokeyamo. They call him Warrior Poppy. He came on TV too. He knows that the intention is to take away free speech. But let me tell you something. The only opposition these guys have is the social media, all of us on the social media. And if they can use that power now to crush and destroy it, they don't mind if Nigeria will destroy after that, right? At least if that was one thing they would do successfully, they would defend it with anything. Did you not think this guy was once a lawyer? Of course, he was a lawyer. And is now the legal advisor to Bokwari, the lifeless breeding mannequin, the Daura Megad, who doesn't even give a damn about the people of Daura, whether they live or die. Does it really matter to these criminals? If you ever talk about the injustice in any way, you are calling for trouble. And according to them, that is, treasonable, they say. A lawyer, you didn't say you are mad. I mean, you didn't say you're smart, or you didn't say you're smart.
Are uneasy with voice of dissent.
Thank you, Sheung. I have not seen a copy of the said order from the ECOWAS court, so I don't know the scope of that order and the application of that order. But from what you read, it's just an interim order restraining or purportedly restraining the federal government from prosecuting those who are Twitter users. But that is not the trust of the federal government's problem with Twitter. The trust of the federal government's battle with Twitter, it has nothing to do with the prosecution of Nigerians using Twitter. It's a regulation of the activities of Twitter within Nigeria. So that order you are relying so much on to talk about the image. I don't know what you mean by image of Nigeria. That ECOWAS courts will determine the image of Nigeria, will determine how we run our affairs. I don't think, Shehu, you addressed it from the right angle. I give you an example. Do you think that it is right for a company to be somewhere in America, or like they call it the Silicon Valley somewhere, and open its platforms within our territory for activities to take place there that determines the peace, unity of Nigeria, and then Nigeria will not act? I don't understand what people mean. They say Twitter has its own rules and that we have to follow its own rules. So you mean that Nigeria should also have its own rules within its territory? Somebody brings his rules to our territory to operate, to make money within our territory, and then we, a sovereign state, should not have our own rules for that person making rules to follow too within our territory. Maybe they are regulating them in China, in Canada, in UK, in America. These are the same people issuing statements against us. No. It's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
Minister, the question
Nobody will come and
asked
teach
is
me constitutional law here about freedom of speech. I practice constitutional law and human rights to the highest level. Nobody will come and stand in front of me and teach me what it is.
Honorable Minister, it's interesting that some of us know you. My encounter with you for the first time was at a protest ground as an activist, as a civil rights lawyer. That's how I got to know you. And I'm speaking to you as a senior advocate of Nigeria and as a minister of the Federal Republic. And knowing also that your political party, APC, rode on some of these social media platforms to gain prominence, to seek the votes of Nigerians, and perhaps the argument of Nigerians, what I'm bringing to you, and I'm asking you a question about, based on the judgment of the ECOWAS court, that interference and the actions of the federal government might mean that it's an inhibition of the rights of its citizen. And that's the question I'm asking. And I'm asking that if that kind of ruling comes to play, just a moment, Minister. So if that kind of ruling comes to play, does it give a bad reputation for Nigeria or for its human rights record?
I have not seen anywhere where they say the ECOWAS court is the moral thermometer or barometer to decide whether Nigeria image is bad or not. An interim order, not a final order. Look, Shehu, I don't think we should take these things to a ridiculous extent. Let me answer your question from the two-pronged questions you answer. And I think we should not be blackmailed into a corner and behave as if we are acting against our own principles. First of all, as a political party, APC, can you tell us examples where we try to use social media platforms to set the country ablaze? We are not talking about stifling free speech. People have been using this as a blackmail weapon over and over and over, that we rode to power on the back of social media. That is blackmail, because you need to cite specific examples where we use social media to try to undermine the territorial integrity of Nigeria and the peace and unity of Nigeria. Now, we are saying that nobody is going to be stifled. So nobody should blackmail us. And nobody is saying that people should not use social media platforms. Nobody is saying that you should not call government officials to question. Nobody is saying that you should not even abuse us. I don't speak for my colleague, for myself. I like abuse. You can abuse me as you like. But is it right for you to go to social media and forever promote false stories that are untrue, stories that have the capability of setting one region of the country against the other? And then you posting it will not be called to question. The company that made this platform available for people to use will not be called to question. Is that what you are telling me is free speech? You are also saying that some of us marched. You saw me marching on the street. Did we say that suspending Twitter should not allow people to march? So the people just take this thing out of context and try to blackmail us. I'm not going to be trapped into that. I am taking you out of that context and explaining it in a broader context to you. People should still march. People should still protest. I will still join them to protest for just causes. For just causes. But don't tell me that because...
Do you hear that? For just causes. For just causes. Which of the protests hasn't been for just cause before? The IPOB for the rally for referendum? Is that not a just cause? The protest for the end of the killings in Kaduna, is that not a just cause? The protest by the Shiites asking Boko Haram to obey court orders and release Zazaki, is that not a just cause? NSAS protest asking the government to end police brutality, improve police welfare, is that not a just cause? Which of these causes are not just? Is it not Boko Haram that determines what is a just or unjust cause? And as everything that is terrorism related, not just causes to him? Anything that has to do with free speech, citizen dialogue, those are not just causes to them. You see what they do. But that was a human rights lawyer. Some call them human rights. No, that one is not a human rights lawyer. He is woman rights lawyer. The people they call the charge and bail. But a system like Nigeria can always reward somebody like him. And that's why it's not easy to get lost in the shovel. But one worry behind the whole drama, telling them that they have a magic that China told them. So they assembled a committee to go and negotiate with Twitter and all the social media platform. Nigeria don't enter. I don't know. You have entered something that some of you would never, ever understand until the reality sets in, until you are trapped in the consequences of all of this. You have entered something bigger, something never seen before. However, Laya Muhammad, this dead mofo, he was at the National Assembly again. And he was telling them, listen, anybody that supports the breakup of Nigeria, we will suspend
Honestly,
them.
We suspended Twitter because Twitter became a platform of choice for those that want to bring down this country. If any other platform does it, we would suspend the operations too. Because it is because there's a country called Nigeria that they can have business. My advice to anybody using VPN is to stop it. Because when you use VPN, it exposes your entire data, including your bank accounts. No, I'm serious. So please, if you're using VPN and you think you are hurting Lai Mohammed, you are hurting yourself. I think this is
Do you know the person that sponsored this amendment? Is a man from Oyo State. I think they said he's APC member. Let me see if you can see his face. You will see him and his cap. I don't know his name. And I don't think you need to know his name. One of the useless Yoruba son, Omuale Yoruba, who is doing the bidding of those who sent him there. Watch this video again. You will see him. He's wearing this, the cap like that of the dancing senator. You remember Adeleke, the dancing senator? That way, that one we always do is, that man. You'll see it in this video again. Watch.
Honestly, we suspended Twitter because Twitter became a platform of choice for those that want to bring down this country. If any other platform does it, we would suspend the
of the operations too. Because it is because there's a country called...
That's the guy. You see there? Doing the job that will one day send him out of Ibadan, send him out of Nigeria, him and his family on the run. Because they don't think. Whatever they are paying them, whatever they are... These are the ones, though, who are going to make sure that if you raise your hand for Oduduwa Republic in National Assembly, is a Yoruba man, oh, it will tell you why there will never be Oduduwa Republic. Because he's going to collect his 15 million every month. And if he's been a good boy, they may even reward him and make him a senator next time. Or even reward him and make him a governor, or go make him a minister. So why would you break Nigeria? He's doing the job of them to help destroy tomorrow, your children tomorrow, because they don't care. They don't care. And guess what? Even those they are destroyed there today, that they have already stolen and destroyed there tomorrow, they too, because they have no idea, they are just like, yes, man, ranka, yes, sir, yes, man, yes, sir. But he also said something there, Liar Muhammad. He said, Twitter has become a platform used by those who want to break up Nigeria. Did you see the coded message there? Hidden in plain sight. He was talking about the Biafrans. The reason why all of this bloodshed going on in Nigeria today is simple. And then they are looking away and plotting, planning, having sleepless nights, insomnia, simply because, they are worried. What is the Biafrans thinking right now? What are they thinking now? Who knows what they are planning now? This is why they are worried. That is why they don't have time to protect anybody in that country. That is why the military intelligence they have right now is just to know who is supporting, who loves Biafra, who is supporting Biafra or not. God knows what they are subjecting those, the Igbos who are in Boko Haram's government. God knows what they are subjecting them to. But let me tell you something. Whatever they are subjecting them to, I bet they are enjoying it because they are dining with the devil. They are looking away while their people are being killed. They are coming to the public to deny the killing. And they are justifying the brutality, the violence unleashed on them. And they are worried that despite all of that, the only place that they are telling the whole world what is going on is on Twitter. On Twitter. And it seems that Twitter is sympathetic to their plight. No matter what they do, no matter how much the government and their agents report them, Twitter will never shut them down. That is so heartbreaking for them. And because all they know is control and power, how to control everybody without giving anything back, yeah? They decided to just crush everybody if Twitter will not give them what they want. All for Biafrans. Pay attention, no? And they said something that those who want to break up Nigeria, they are using social media more. I am on social media. I don't want to break up Nigeria with violence. Boko Haram is breaking up Nigeria with violence. He is dividing families. He is killing people. Those who are murdering people are being given amnesty. They are being called misguided brothers. They are being given different names. Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Boko Haram, ASWAP. And they are giving them, doling out millions, hundreds of millions of your money to the hands of these terrorists. And the one that is the National Commissioner for Banditry, Sheikh Gumi, they call him Sheikh Gumi, the Kaduna Osama bin Laden. So all the intelligence they are gathering is just how to stop the Biafrans from thinking Biafra. Rather than the Biafrans to stop thinking Biafra, it seems that Biafra is now contagious because we found out that we are all Biafrans. The injustice that brought the Biafrans to the precipice of we will take it no more We won't wait to be killed. We will not wait to die and then be blamed for even dying. We would rather fight. We would rather die standing than perish begging. That's it. We would rather die standing than die or perish on our knees. And that's something that is audacious to these guys. All they know is control. But from nowhere, they believe that they control the media, they control the print, they control the judiciary, they control the police, the DSS, the military, they control every goddamn thing. Information in and out. They control what people listen to, what people watches on their TV, the information they have access to. They control all these things through their different platforms, including religion. But God, where did this magic come from? What kind of a miracle is this? Undescribable, a level of freedom of information. And as they say, information is life. If you don't have the right information, right, you are as good as dead. Information is life. And God bless you. God bless your soul if you have access to the right and quality life-saving information. Like what social media has done to the Biafrans. It brought them back to life. En mass. All over the world. They got so connected with so much ease. How? And that brought an unexpected bond that became unbreakable. And despite all the drama, the propaganda, the killings, the assault, the dehumanization of them, this never really breaks them. In hell, what in hell is this? They couldn't figure it out. Can we just shut it down? Can we do that? Well, we'll try. We can just disrupt it. But it's so late now because many others have now taken to the social media to enlighten themselves by exposing the rot, the lies they have been told, the destruction, the backwardness, the corruption, the impunity. People are like, we can't continue to have this. So I'm happy to tell you, by the way, we're going to have our own Oduduwa Republic and Biafra Republic joint rally in Glasgow. It will be called, they are working on it, by the way. I just thought I should tell you about it. Social media has now brought people that would never, ever want to sit together or talk together before. The generation of these young Igbos, young Yorubas, young Hausas, young this, young that, from everywhere, trying to understand everybody's plight, everyone's plight, how they are so related. So you mean you suffer that? Oh, really? We are suffering the same thing? Really? Yeah? So we actually have a lot in common. Now, social media is helping to build that bond and that bridge. And that is one thing that if indeed these guys have soothsayers, if they have people who actually see tomorrow, the people who can see tomorrow, they will tell them that the monster that is about to dissolve the contraption and break everyone free is the monster called internet, social media, because the generation that embraced it, they are a generation that once they find every tool they need, I'm talking about the knowledge of how to overturn and overrule you. Everything, every known norm, every known law, every known edict, or every known act will be breached by this generation. They will rubbish everything. They will trample on it. They will destroy it. And from that rumble, they will build a new one that suits their future, their life, their dream. Now that is why they wage this war. And there are many people that they have already been conscripted into it. But they can't win. Look at them. Look how miserable they are, desperate they are, and how laughable they have become. And as they are making this, as they're making all these mistakes, guess what? They are also helping to convince more people to believe that Nigeria is hopeless, Nigeria is helpless, and Nigeria is going nowhere. When this generation, listen to this, they say Nigeria has a 200 million population. Do you know that according to their latest statistics, right, that means over 70% of that population is, populated by the people, or the people between the ages of 0 and 35. It will shock you, Abi. Yes. Imagine out of 200 million people. I'm not good in math, okay? Work with me. So if you say 70% of 200 million, shouldn't that be something around 160 million or 150 million? Maybe. Right? Now, let's even say 150 million. They said out of this 150 million, that's 70%. When you now put that as 100%, 150 million, and you now inside that 150 million, you see the people, the citizens between the ages of ages of 14 and 35, they make up another 70% of that. Let's just give ourselves a figure. I belong to that category of those they are talking about, okay? Now, when you put that number together, it means out of the 200 million people that the population of Nigeria, you can say those of us who constitute over 60% of that, we are between the ages of 14 and 37, or maybe 40. For those of us who are close to 40, right, probably we have another 10 years to still be active in any way. Active as in productive. So if you say you have 60% of that, which you can put around 90 million. Imagine if you have that 90 million people, where you have the vuvuzelas, you have the abobakus, you have the buwarididins, the buwaridins, you have the articulated mugus, the articulated mumus. So you have all of them everywhere, and those who are like, God will do it and all of that stuff, right? However, when you remove all of them, 90 million of us, and you get just 2 million. If you can radicalize, and that is what the social media is about to do. That is what is about to shut down everywhere for them. It is going to be a shock that even those who have submitted to their faith and say, well, maybe not so God just wants them to be, we just, there's nothing anybody can do. And they won't do anything either. Okay, you get what I mean now? When you are able to radicalize a very strong mind of about just 2 million from everywhere, they will overrun the country. They will overrun the system. They will change it. And everybody can take his part when that time comes. You see the Musa that is bragging on Facebook, and that Abdullahi Kokori or wherever that is also flexing also on social media on his Eshenko phone. You see when that time comes, when social media radicalize 2 million who actually want Nigeria to break up from that 90 million, even if they have 80 million that they have subjected to their enslavement, yeah? I'm talking about many of them right now whose parents have been slaves to the system. They themselves, they have been enslaved into the system. There are those that will attack you, abuse you. There are those that will collect 500 naira to come and attack you for asking for a good government, even though you are Nigerian yourself. There are those that wanted the Biafrans to be killed for asking for Biafra, even though they themselves are being killed by the same Fulani terrorists that are asking for their own caliphate, Jama. You see, when you have that just 2 million, radicalized 2 million from everywhere, they will bring what we want, and we are so close, very, very close. And they can tell, they can feel it. They can buy time. Some of them are trying to buy time so that once they are no longer in the show, they will run away. Where is Oshiomole today? When Oshiomole was there, you would think that he was going to, he's figured it out that for the next 50 years, the power he has, it was going to be in existence for longer. Abi, where is it today? Just seem like every one of them trying to help Bokwari to buy time. Buying time in the process of burying the truth. And burying the truth is burying free speech. Burying free speech is burying the truth. It's unfortunate that, yes, they are trying, but they can't win. I'm waiting for the day where the collaboration between the Southern campaigners for self-determination, where they will build this strong, Southern coalition. I know people are still somehow, some of those who are in charge of different, self-determination campaigns in Southern Nigeria, especially the Middle Belt, as well as the core South, right? We know that many of you have your own ego problems too, okay? But I hope you will figure it out. That's why I told people I'm not a freedom fighter. Some said, Maiyegun, are you a journalist? I said, I'm not a journalist. Come on. I am just that guy who wants to talk anyway. And I think I understand what I'm talking about. And in the process, find many like myself, which I have found in you, to help spread the message that until we all realize that we are fighting the same demon, we will never agree that your solution, my solution, can actually work. Yours can work only if we can fine-tune and synergize. Understand ourselves that we are fighting the same demon. It doesn't matter who is wearing the demon crown, whether it's a Yoruba man, an Igbo man, Fulani man, a Hausa man, and the rest. And the fact that a Bokwari came in to do all of this today, that is doing to everybody from everywhere, that you know the truth and they are staring you on the face right now, shows you that it is the best opportunity for nobody to be deceived again into being an enabler in buying time, because that's what the politicians does. They buy time. We are working on it. Oh, the problem is because of Buhari. Politicians will come out, they will tell you Buhari is doing his best. We believe in the president, blah, 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 blah. Why they watch their people killed, kidnapped. But behind this thing, they tell themselves, man, we can't wait for him to just go. By the time he leaves now, maybe somebody else can come and we can just get everything fixed. And let me tell you how confused those who are probably going to tell you to give election another shot again, especially in Southern Nigeria. Let me tell you this, first-hand information. Some of you may know it, or some of you don't. Just same way they play their games. PDP positioning themselves as those alternatives that can help you, as expected. Okay? Now, that same PDP, as you are watching this, they were the same people who brought Bokwari to power. The people who brought Bokwari to power, who have now been burnt or acted to be burnt from the Dracula that they brought to government, right? They are now coming back to come and be your rescuer, the people that will save you. But let me tell you how confused they are too. Shebi, you are still fighting over federal character that Bokwari came to kill and murder. Danu. Well, PDP is so confused themselves that according to them, it doesn't matter whatever Bokwari has done. What will happen now is that the Fulanis have not really used their time. Bokwari just wasted the time. The only person that can help you convince the rest of the North to let you taste power again, or to help you keep Nigeria one, blah, 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 blah nonsense, is Atiku. Atiku is going to be the PDP candidate again. And let me tell you something. Laye will never happen. Don't join them. Don't even think about it. Okay? Those who are going to work on you, they are already being recruited right now. They are going to work on you. They are going to talk about everything you've been talking about for the past year, which Atiku will never talk about, right? But guess what? Which PDP will never talk about. I've been reading them lately. They have started using their own vuvuzela, planting those news everywhere, trying to tell you that Atiku is coming back to come and help you restructure. Are you with me? Atiku is coming back to come and address Biafra. Atiku is coming back to come and address Oduduwa Republic. So in this case, in your 2023 lies, why the Fulanis continue to kill you, and the politicians will never ever be bold enough, none of them will be bold enough to mention Fulani terrorists. They will continue to beg you for unity beggars, okay? Then they will continue to tell you that they will work with you. You need the Biafra, but the only person that can... Now, one of the tricks is this. The only person that will never kill you for asking for Biafra is Atiku. If you read that on any social media, know this. They are about to deceive and dupe you emotionally. Some of you are going to buy into the lies. But if you are Maiyegun's Diary, disciple of the Temple of Truth, you won't fall for it. That's why we must stay focused. Stay focused. Don't go and register for any election or any vote anywhere. It is a pure waste of time. Waste of your complete time. I'm saying this because normally it is not something I should tell you never to exercise your own, your franchise, exercise your universal adult suffrage, your right to vote. It's your right. But do you actually have that right in Nigeria to vote? Your right to vote include the right that your vote should count. Does your vote count? Do you want to deny all the fraud around it? But there are other fraudulent elections all over the world. Can you actually put them side by side? Where they can come to your locality, shoot gun everywhere, take your ballot box, take your ballot paper, burn them as well. And even if you make the video, you are still going to read the the election result in that evening. And the winner is going to be declared. Is that something you actually want to waste your time to listen to? Help them validate another fraud that they will tell you, like Bukwari is telling you right now. Whether you voted for me, whether you didn't vote for me. This is a democratically elected government. A democratically elected government that is killing our own citizens for asking for government to be responsible and responsive. And that same is because many of you legitimized it. You did. For participating, for encouraging it. We have told people there won't be election in Yoruba land. It doesn't mean that they won't do their election now. But it is your 2023. Go and get yourselves ready. Start documenting things. It will be one of the bogus charm charade that even you will say, man, Nigeria is finished. If they manage to put the stunts up to 2023, okay? If they manage to. So let us focus more on how to ensure that we keep up the pressure. Oh, keep up the pressure. I love the pressure. And when I was told earlier tonight that we were going to have the Oduduwa Biafra joint rally in Glasgow. It will be for the Biafrans in Scotland, the Oduduwans in Scotland, from every part of Scotland. Just come to Glasgow. I'm going to be there, by the way. I think we're going to write to the council before the end of this month. Get the permission to have it. If you have been in Glasgow, if you have been to Glasgow before, just come to George Square. Hopefully, if they grant us the permission for that place, I'm going to see you there. Come with your flags. I want to see my Biafran brothers in the city, by the way. You get what I mean now? So part of what we are also going to do is to use the opportunity then for every souvenir sold or money raised, you can put them together and send them back to Nigeria, to Oduduwa Republic, where we can have it donated to the Yoruba Rescue Fund or Oduduwa Rescue Fund, which many people from the diaspora has been supporting and financing and all of that, which I'm so grateful for. So many means of generating funding, supporting what is going on back at home. And for those who have been doing it on other platforms, thank you. So I'm going to be there. If you come, just one moment. Yes. So remember that we're going to be in Glasgow probably the last Sunday, or maybe third or last Sunday of July, but it's going to happen this July. Let me quickly take a drink break. I'll be back.
It's good that we can see and hash this out face to face. Especially the nonsense put on social media that we, the leaders, are the problem of Nigeria. With all due respect, we are the ones doing the work here. Yet you cite figures like you're learning how to count, accusing me of unexplained billions in my bank account. Your children call me names, hash this, tag that, but when I ask for their audience, all I get is radio silence. You keep pointing fingers, yelling missing taxes. But let's be fair, do you actually pay your taxes? Me? I am not corrupt. Your allegations are nonsense, dismissed because you have no evidence. You even asked to be paid to bear witness, and then you call me the enemy of progress. How am I corrupt? Don't you see the good roads, the big malls, the nice parks? If I do, I go talk. If I don't do, then I go talk. We no trust you because only talk on Asabi. When election come down, I go tanda for house Asabi. Then your people will come vote, go line up, make we arrange with wrapper, rice and onions and some small change. And then you blame me for lack of power, blame me for lack of jobs, blame me for everything, even when rain don't fall. But who's to blame when you kill your neighbor with words and knives that cut deep? Yet you want me to pay for your prejudice. All the division and hate you spread with no conscience. You love your thieves and you're okay with their crime. But the problem is me and you no be the same tribe. You say you don't want me, but I'm exactly what you deserve. So for the last time, I am not corrupt.
It's easy for you to talk rubbish. I am not corrupt, yet you are super rich. I no blame you now. I know so no get shame. That's why you fit set mouth to define who to blame. You remember Mama Emeka, the one who stood for you? She died of a heart attack because of you. She lost her source of livelihood all because of you. You even chased her with task force, Mopol, and even SARS too. No selling by the roadside, no this, no that. That woman died in many ways than I can even count. Her first son died because your hospitals are nothing but morgues. They wouldn't touch him unless she greased palms. Her daughter was shot the day your boy stopped her boss. But your people didn't care. Oga must get returns. And just like that, a graduate was dispatched to meet her God. Why you can't pretend like say you really care? Yes! We supported, voted, and put you in that chair. We ate rice, tied wrapper, but what we for do? When we know say that every 4 years you go remember say we be your people too. If only you tell Mama Emeka say, the future where you promise no go reach am at all. Say you go break a small shop to make way for big mall. Say the house so she swears build better pass for tree and grass. And the fine road where you promise, we know they see and pass. You said you didn't steal taxes, but what about the oil revenue? You squandered the wealth we're all entitled to, then ship your children abroad, bring them back with private jet for reserved cushy jobs. But me and my son, we dey hear the hustle. They pray to Baba God for our daily bread and that our sons don't end up dead. So I beg, but they preach what no make sense. We are all in this because you sold your soul, while we sell our votes for the monies you stole. How you go beat Pikin, tell us to make you no cry? So let's be clear. Me too, I am not corrupt.
Nyla Media, MacArthur Foundation, a short drama or a short film, which is just for educational purpose. All of you watch that, Abby. Quite beautiful. Nigerians who love their thieves differently. Everybody is doing fine. Nobody is to be blamed, and therefore no problem to be worried about. But there are consequences, casualties, victims of a failed country. So what is next? We keep talking and talking until we have enough that possibly who don't want their own situation to become this.
My people, it has never happened like this before for people to be queuing for food in Nigeria. This is happening in Redeemed Church at Mashasurulere in Lagos. Please, people, beg Buhari, the hunger in the land is becoming unbearable. It has never happened like this in Nigeria. For people to be queuing for food every day there is hunger in the land. There is hunger in the land. Buhari government, there is hunger in the land. People are queuing for food. It has never happened like this in Nigeria. It has never happened like this in Nigeria. This is just a fractional part of Surulere. That is all over in Lagos, in all cities. People are queuing for food. We are not refugees. Which government is run a place? If you know you cannot manage this government, resign and leave. People are hungry.
The man is asking what type of government is Buhari running. How many of you know that? It is a government of koi. Is just going to end up crashing. You get what I mean now? So we keep the fire burning, blazing. Yes, they don't like it. Of course, they don't have to like it. Okay? You can tell the reason why they are reacting and overreacting like this is because Baba, everywhere now fire. In their own way of taking action, many of their vuvuzela, BOT account, or their fake account on Twitter, everywhere, they disappeared. Sanity returned. People started having proper conversation. If you go on Twitter now, it's so, reasonable to some extent. Before those Twitter, Alimajiri, bandits, and the rest of them. So in the process of trying to shut everybody down, they shut down all their vuvuzelas. Now they are now vulnerable. Now the likes of Layamo are the ones who are now speaking about internet, social media, and the rest of that. So let us continue. Please, all of you, turning on your camera every time, talking about Oduduwa Republic, talking about Biafra Republic. Please, una no go get tired though. Continue. They do them 2 hours, 3 hours. You know what the amount of job many of you are actually contributing every day. They are like about over 100 hours. Imagine on social media having access to over 100 regularly every day about Oduduwa Republic, over 200 hours every day about Biafra Republic on different platforms everywhere. And you say they won't get mad. Please, guys, don't stop. You see all those hours now they contribute every day to the Lord's work is what is making them act mad now until they will get to push all of the Nigerians that are going to be everyone is a victim anyway, that are going to eventually say, oh boy, will I say this and don't go beyond madness. So will I say we'll go join this Biafran, so we'll go join this Oduduwa Republic campaign, so we'll go shut down this country and they will make it happen. And I'm looking forward to that day. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that day. Please don't stop, please. Many of us are doing thankful jobs. Some of us are doing thankless job. But you see all those hours you are contributing. I do my best to add at least 2 hours a day, 2 hours of content to tell people that please do all you can, spread the message, keep the awareness going. They are already talking about it. They are already scared about it. They have no idea of how to handle it. They thought using force or propaganda or threat and all of that will make everybody back down. They see now that no, with social media, in fact, every time we would say anything, it just gets these guys mad and more people get involved. That's why you shouldn't stop, okay? My dear sister, Liz Shuku, I got your message, by the way, okay? And I'm working on it. And I hope I'll be able to get a hold of them and I can have these guys on, okay? And we can reach out to them as you suggested. So thank you very much for that. However, I just wanted to know that we should continue. They don't like what we are doing. Some people will tell you, you talk, you talk too much. The reason why you know we talk about it is because you have been hearing us talking about it. You are tired. You are not the only person. Okay? Yeah, if you are one of them, by the way, it's all talk. Yes. You see that talk. Some people, they are trying to give them sleeping tablet. They are giving them sleeping tablets. Yeah? Just for them to be able to have some 1 hour or 2 hours sleep. They can't sleep. They can't live fine. Simply because of this noise. I remember that year. How many of you remember that year? You remember that year when Bokuari became deaf and dumb? Just before it became a vegetable that they shipped to London. You remember? That time they said Buhari don't go deaf. So Buhari don't deaf. So what happened? They said, hear drum. Say, they don't know. We know they hear anything anymore. How many of you remember that time? They flew him to London. And they said, no wonder it was the people of Benue and Jos and the Biafrans who are every morning, they said every morning, they'll be hearing Buhari, Buhari, Buhari. That's how Buhari became deaf. And since that time, I don't know many people who are, in that category who are not, you know what I mean now. So Bokuari, when they said that Bokuari became deaf and dumb and flew him to London, it was because of our noise. They say people today shouting name, people today shout the name. Everybody's shouting Buhari. If you see this one, Buhari. If you see that one, Buhari. If a person will not selling goats, they'll say that Buhari Kosam. If anybody, everybody Buhari. So everybody is shouting Buhari, Buhari, in different languages, in different tone and accent and all of that. Don't stop shouting their names. They don't like it. Enjoy it. Give us solution. That's one of the solutions. Continue to contribute those hours of educating, educative materials. Hours of them. There are souls that are tapping into them. Souls, people who needed them. People want something to tell them that they are not mad. You need something to tell you that you're not mad. Why am I feeling so strange that this country is a mad country? Why am I feeling like this Nigeria is a very, very... why am I running mad? So they need materials, your content, to tell them that they are not mad. Now Nigeria won't run them mad. Do you get that now? Every abnormal thing is now normal in Nigeria. Okay? When you are in a bus, and the policeman holding a stick, and the policeman is collecting bribe, in Nigeria, it is normal. Pay. Passenger will be telling you to pay. Oga, pay, Jare. Don't waste our time. Don't keep us here. Give them. Every abnormal thing is normal there. Especially if you have lived in Lagos. You will know that I got family in Lagos, and I can't really assure you that they are all normal. Because if anybody tell you that living in Lagos, you need to be normal, then you can't live in Lagos. The moment you get to Lagos, you realize that, am I normal again like this? Am I normal? Once you begin to question yourself, am I even normal again? Why is it that am I normal? That means you are beginning to get your healing. That's we're not in normal here. So at that point, you can just switch and just say, fine. If I want to survive in this city, I can't be a normal person. And people in Lagos are very proud of that. They will tell you, if you know mad. So it's a thing of pride. It's a thing of pride. Like if you are a mad person, because you have to do it abnormally. So everything that is wrong is programmed or presented to be right. It depends on they will say that depends. I say, Baba, if somebody tell me that it will cost me 500,000 naira to clear my car, and he's now taking over 700,000 naira from me. That means he's cheated me of 200,000 naira he never told me. In Nigeria, some will tell you, I do nonsense. Some will tell you that small voice is they don't shout. Those voices that will tell you that why are you surprised? That voice, there is always that voice. Everybody in that room may say, that's so nonsense. I do nonsense one year. What kind of nonsense is that? Somebody will just say, that voice, the abnormal sense that is that part of you, which mostly everybody will just listen to. See, Baba, let's just thank God. You see, the last person that did car clearing for my friend, we pay 3 million. We no see car. We no see 3 million. The boy ran away. By the time this one, you got your car on scratch, everything, and then he billed you extra 200,000. Just count it as if God just say make you just do gifts, and at that point you just be like, and that's true. I've heard stories of people who paid that. That's the example of abnormalities. Instead of people saying that no, that's not right. If you can't give you an explanation for that, that's so wrong. Do you get that now? Nigeria is a place where people will tell you, if you don't think about anything, think about God. In fact, they will be telling you to forgive and forget abnormalities. They will tell you, remember tomorrow. If it be your own turn tomorrow. My brother, let us be, this word is a small word. All these voices that normalize abnormalities, would normally make you think everything is fine. So, but you see, the moment you begin to think that, am I even normal at all? Is everything, Baba? And we say you don't get well. When you don't get well, and you begin to see your brothers who are just recovering too here and there. There are people who have recovered on this platform, but we haven't made enough number yet. So when you begin to meet them, when you begin to listen to them, when the congregation begin to grow, and more people begin to also absorb into that, and the number of those Buhari idiots and all this, these guys begin to shrink, to change the system and get what you want will come so faster than you can imagine. We are putting in the work. Continue, please. So in Lagos State, where you have a lot of mad people, I've been waiting to make somebody, because sometimes you don't even think about it. Okay? What is the work of Agberu? What is their work? Their work is to what? To load the bus. Because people won't be, the passengers are invalid. A car park with signboard that says, so if you are going to Sokoto, enter this bus. This bus will take you to this place. Then you enter another bus there to this place. How can that be? Then Agberu comes in. Then Agberu became popular. They became so rich. They became so influential. And they became part of their lives. So everybody now see them as like normal. So if you now say, all these agberos should be removed and let's bring sanity, now the same people go, they ask you, where's they go to shop? You go just talk. Hey, if you remove all agbero, what are they going to be eating now? And you say, it's true. I have to care about what are they going to be eating, because in fact, agbero is a job, Agbero, you see, let me tell you, see that agbero you are seeing, is that agbero is using to feed his family. He has built 2 houses. He's built 2 houses. That's great. So if you tell him not to do agbero again, he will just go into armed robbery. So the only difference is that he can collect money from you now using bottle or blow or anything to take money from you if you don't want to give him the money. So if we stop him from doing that, then he's going to go and carry gun to take money from you. So you have to choose. Choose. So she make agbero day, they collect the money, no gun. Or you go pursue them and they'll go and carry gun. Imagine that, which kind of thinking be that? Look at this Maiyegun, you are just talking nonsense. How can you say you can just wipe up? God damn it, man. Tifnumbu legacy. So when you now have to agree with them and say, not true. It's true. If I cancel agbero, they are just going to turn to armed robbers. No, let's just leave the agbero to be harassing everybody and collecting money. And every time they disagree among themselves, they can start shooting everywhere and killing everybody they want to kill. We just bring them together and settle them, because if we stop agbero, they are going to turn to armed robber. You can only be an abnormal person to actually feel comfortable like that. And many, many people are like that. Some of them are watching me right now. You will never convince them that they can build a society without any agbero anywhere. They will tell you, my brother, I forget, that is not possible. But listen, I understand what you are talking about. Now that kind of people, they vex me pass. You see people that will be like, see, I understand. See, I understand what you are saying. I get it. I'm just telling you that it's not possible in Nigeria. And then you're like, how? Because you see, it's just not possible. I understand. See, I understand. How can you say you understand? And then it's impossible. How can you? I don't get it. Maiyegun, you won't understand. How? They make me understand now. Now those guys, they vex me past. I know you have them as friends. Many of them are your friends too. They will say, I understand. You see all this Biafra struggle, all this, they are very, I understand. But I'm just saying, it's just not, it doesn't make any sense now. Okay, you understand. But your understanding of it doesn't make any sense. Okay, how? See, you won't understand. You won't understand. But which level now? Which game be this? Which kind madness be this? Like, which kind witchcraft be this? No be juju. So you think say you dey wise? Which level now? Just same people that will tell you that they don't like Biafra struggle because of Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody told me that the reason why they don't trust Nnamdi Kanu is because, do I even know that IPOB was registered as a private business organization? And I'm like, so what does that change? Whether it was registered as an organization in the UK or registered as an organization in Nigeria, whether it is private or public, whatever it is, so it means that he's just about himself and all of that. I was like, come on, man. Okay, so what is now the alternative? Who can we then go to and talk to if we want to talk about Biafra? Nobody. And that is why I said everybody will still have to find their way around it, okay? So when you talk to them, they don't give alternative. Say, I would have supported Oduduwa Republic, but I don't like the people behind it. Say, why? How can Sunday Igboho, of 4 people, we are Yoruba people. You see all those, you see all those, I don't know if I should, because I'm trying to win you over. I want to be nice, but something inside me is not really saying, it's not picking the nice word for you. I'm talking about some of my Yoruba uncles, our Yoruba uncles and aunties. They are watching me too. Waiting come to my mind is going to be really, but I'm going to say it anyway, because even if you don't feel good about it, it doesn't, I don't really want to make you feel good, okay? I just want you to know that your foolishness, your stupidity, your old age madness, no longer deceive us anymore, okay? All your pretense that you are educated enough, or you are exposed, or because you are old, and then you come around and you say, imagine, Maiyegun, imagine we Yoruba people. Maiyegun, we Yoruba people. Look at us, Yoruba, educated people, where we have people, Sunday Igboho. How can Sunday Igboho be the world champion in Yoruba? I say, okay. Boy, calm down. Calm down for a minute. So where are those giants, big Yoruba? They are just not interested in Oduduwa Republic yet. If they are interested, Baba, you will see the level where Yoruba go take the big Yorubas. Okay. So, can you just give us those Yoruba big name, so that at least we can know them. We can know what they are doing right now. That, okay, maybe they have not just come together yet. That once they come together, hey, Oduduwa Republic, Egbonya, give us names. Maiyegun, you know what I'm talking about now. Maiyegun, I don't know what you are talking about, Egbon. What are you talking about? Maiyegun, you know now, if Yorubas are ready, now that time you're going to say his tone will start changing. You know, Maiyegun, you know now, if the Yorubas are ready for Oduduwa Republic, Yorubas, Oba, the kings, I was okay, the kings, Oba, okay, give me the kings' names, What are the kings doing right now? Are they comfortable right now? Maiyegun, see, all this nonsense about the Oduduwa Republic is just a waste of time. The people are... Sherry, àwọn olórí burúkú tó pọ̀ jù láàrin wa. Some of them àgbàlagbà ni wọ́n. Wọ́n ti kórí burúkú wọn bá àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ń wò wọ́n lójú. Àwọn tó ń wò wọ́n bíi atọ́nà. Àwọn èèyàn tí èèyàn lè look up to. Àwọn olórí burúkú ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn, some of them are watching me right now. Àwọn olófò, àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n òṣì, àwọn ìyá òṣì, àwọn ìyá wèrè. Tó jẹ́ pé, they don't have any alternative. But because the issue of Oduduwa Republic is in no way clearer to them. Are you with me? And once they are not seeing those big names, the emirs, the obas, to come out and say, yeah, Yoruba will do this, they don't believe in it because they don't believe in anything. Ask them, if it is not Sunday Igboho, now who? The people like Tinubu have not started talking about the Tinubu that they said is over 80. You are sitting down there. You are over 50 yourself, Abi. You are waiting for Tinubu that is over 80 to tell you if you are going. So you see some of them already. And if you really meet them, all these are broad nonsense that they are telling you. If you really meet all these uncles, aunties, if you meet them in your street, if you meet them in your city, in your own small community where you live abroad, you will feel like so Yaoshi, ya olórí burúkú orí Facebook yẹn ló ń lọ yẹn. You see, ya wèrè yẹn o, ya pensioner pẹ̀lú Renault tiẹ̀ tó ń tì lọ yẹn. Olórí burúkú pension ló ń gbà o. Àṣírí ẹ̀ pro Buhari ní lórí Facebook o. Ó ń pariwo Tinubu lórí YouTube o. Àwọn olórí burúkú Yaoshi pension ló ń gbà o. Ó ń lọ sí food bank nìyẹn. Ó ń lọ pick kind of this or that o. Olórí burúkú ẹ̀ ò lè rí pension irú nǹkan tó ń gbà yẹn gbà ní Nàìjíríà o, because tó bá lọ sí Nàìjíríà ebi ló máa pákú síbẹ̀. Renault tiẹ̀ tó ń tì kiri yẹn kò ní rí ọmọlanke lásán gbé kiri gbogbo jáàgẹ̀ tó lọ ń gbà free medical care tó lọ ń gbà tó lórí burúkú ẹ̀ fi ń ṣe glasses tó ń jókòó síwájú TV jókòó síwájú gbá tó ń preach one Nigeria from abroad yẹn, all those olórí burúkú, all those àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n bàbá òṣì yẹn, you know all of them. When you see them one on one, you will realize that the only saving grace they have is that they have somebody taking the tab and keeping the bill. Some of them, they are liabilities for their children. Some of you are not yet liabilities, but you are useless even in your families, by the way, right? And it's so shameful. It's so kind of a thing of shame that when you ask them, give us alternative, they will tell you the alternative is coming. This Olori Brukuso, some of them, I don't like you. Look at me very well. Somebody said, Maiyegun, why is it that some people, even though they can only comment, they've never really called you in and then fight you on the phone? I was like, when you know the mentor, there are some platforms whereby to pick up that phone, hard. Dial the phone, hard. But if I should pick up the phone and you hear my voice, trust me, if you are a Buhari idiot, I want to see how you can pull it through. If you are not blabbing, I'm challenging you guys, because I know some of you watches me too. Because you know why you can't call Maiyegun, then punch you well, come on. And you come on to Maiyegun's diary and you say it to me, to my face. That what? I know you don't like me, but like crickets, crickets. The crickets that if you are walking in the dark, they will be making, they will be making, but you won't see them. But when you move, they will keep quiet. Okay? That's what they do. So continue to use the social media as powerful as you can, and continue to frustrate the hell out of those who believe that they can still lie to you. They can use all manner of things to deceive you, religion or this or that. Continue to build that bridge, okay? You may think it's not working. One morning, you are going to hear the breaking news. Let us talk. When we talk, how we go break this whole thing down. Don't buy into their 2023 nonsense. It is another trap that if you buy into it, you will validate another fraud that will punish you for another period of time. You may not survive it. You may not survive it. And that is why the social media platform is so powerful that those who actually controls it, majority of us are in the diaspora. Oh, really? We do have influence to some extent, my brothers and sisters. Some people didn't realize that influence early enough, but they are learning on the job. We are using this platform to change the mind of the people who never had the opportunity of understanding why it never really worked. They were wondering why. Some just concluded that it was our sin. It was our sin. We are too sinful. We're sinful people. We are not close to God enough. I'm very sorry I missed this. Alenora Okoro. Emotional and mental therapy will be highly needed in the future. Absolutely. Nigerians have been subjected to extreme trauma and stress. Hashtag Biafra and hashtag Godudua now. Thank you very much, Alenora, dear sister, for that. Don't let anyone tell you that social media is not doing the job. It is the social media that will clearly explain why you are going out there. Thank you. Some of the videos, some of Maiyegun's video, you can watch there. So you can listen to the audio on diasporaradiointernational.com. Some of you don't go on to diasporaradiointernational.com. And I think some of you would rather use the app, whereby you can listen to the audio, you can watch the video and all of that. You can do them on there, on the diasporaradiointernational.com. And most of the replay of my, content, you can listen to them again on diasporaradiointernational.com. Visit there. I've not got a great web manager yet. So pardon me if it looks a little bit boring when you get onto that page. Remember, the website is a radio, online radio platform. You are just to plug in. When you get on, plug in your headset, tap the play, and just listen. Music, Maiyegun's podcast in audio. All these podcasts you see on YouTube, on Facebook. If you go to diasporaradiointernational.com, you can listen to them in audio, which means you can listen to them while you are driving. You can listen to them while you are possibly walking, and then you don't want to to be watching something. Just, go on there and check. And some of you can help us download the video too. They are free content. My videos are free content, okay? So when you see them on Maiyegun's Diary, if you have the tool to download them, cut them, and, share them wherever any part. There's a long list. Some people said they don't like too much of the music. If you don't watch Maiyegun's Diary Politico live, you would never possibly love the long music. The music is going to be too long for you. But if you join me live, we are used to it. That's how we get started, So if you are watching any of Maiyegun's Diary video that you think, oh, the music from the start is too long, you can skip it. Get what I mean now? So yeah, let's do that. Share the content as much as possible. I'm working on something. I'm working on two things, okay? Working on the Diaspora Radio app, which will then be integrated into Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And at the same time, I'm also trying to link up with a newly created FM station for Oduduwa Republic, which is meant to be broadcasting in Yoruba. I'm planning to start a program, a full 2 hours program on Diaspora Radio International, and it's going to be a Yoruba program, podcast, video, and audio. So I was waiting for a time that I will be able to link up to a larger audience, listeners from Nigeria, from Oduduwa Republic, by the way, from Oduduwa land, from Yoruba land. So I'll be able to link up with them. So successfully, the team of Ilanomo Odua, they have managed, with other collaborators that put this together, they have managed to put up Oduduwa Republic Radio, something like that. I've not got full details. So I am working on getting to meet those behind that and see how we can work in collaboration so that, some of Maiyegun's Diary broadcasts, especially the ones in Yoruba, they can be streamed live, right through the radio of our people back in Yoruba. There's a lot I'm working on. And to God be the glory. I have great friends. I have great friends that I've turned to, indeed, fans. I've turned fans to members. So if you watch the comment section and you see any of the comments, any of my friends whose name appears in green, those are the premium members of Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And for every support, it's getting us bigger and bigger and better. And when we have the Oduduwa as well as the Biafra joint rally in Glasgow in July. So I'm going to test run something which we haven't done before. Part of the program part of the project on Diaspora Radio International, including all my platform. Part of them is they include outdoor coverage. Outdoor coverage in the sense that, bringing you content, documentaries, and historical facts to back up the educational content that you watch and listen to on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. It's a big one, okay? However, we'll start with the Oduduwa Biafra rally in Glasgow in July. I would love to see some of my friends in London to come down. Some of you will have to come down to Glasgow. It's going to be a big stuff, a very big one. All my friends are from all across Scotland. Let's meet my Biafran brothers and sisters. That can be a reunion, by the way. You have been with Maiyegun for so long. Here we are. You might have an opportunity of seeing for some hours. I would love to see some of you. So I'm looking forward to it. So when the date is ready, when the organizers they've concluded all they have to conclude, I will see you in July in Glasgow. Okay, so remember this: the reason why Nigeria is acting mad, the reason why these lunatics are acting crazy, is not because they love Nigeria. In fact, their actions are destroying Nigeria more. More people are going to still lose their jobs and lose their means of livelihood simply because these criminals don't give a damn about what they do. And the consequences of that is that Nigeria will continue to be blacklisted. One good thing that social media, especially Twitter, did for the young Nigerians is that it allowed them to tell their stories themselves, okay? And the whole world followed their stories, and they made headlines all over the world. This was, didn't just expose the killings and the destructions going on in Nigeria. This, social media didn't just expose that. Social media also helped name those behind those atrocities in Nigeria. Therefore, social media is helping this generation to expose the killers and get them sanctioned. Even that Kaduna El Rufaya, the Kaduna Little Finger, he's already been given a travel ban in America and some other countries. As you are watching this video, if they're born and well, let him travel out of Kaduna. Thanks to social media reporting the killings and the conspiracy and the culpability of the government of Kaduna State under this El Rufaya of Kaduna in southern Kaduna. So all the atrocities, all the killings, all the genocide there, put him in that black book. Another person in that black book is Yeye Bello of Kogi, and so many other people who are also part of the Bukwari's government for what they have done, thanks to social media, thanks to Twitter and the rest. And this is when Twitter became the threat to them, not just to the politicians, even to the church. It will shock you that your pastor, but your Baba Gio, they will support it 1,000,000% for them to ban Twitter and ban social media. Because even Holy Spirit, according to them, Holy Spirit said, no, they happy. See, all of you, I know they believe Holy Spirit, and we know they even they fear pastor anymore. They say, fear not my anointed. Do my pastor no harm. All of them are just mad, crazy. I just say, drag pastor. Holy Spirit, no, they fear now. Everything, no, they worry on anymore because of social media. I don't gain that confidence. I don't know the truth. That truth don't set you free, like Bible said. Abi, even your pastor no like him. Are you with me? So, if you ask your imam, if you ask your imam too, they will tell you it's haram. Even though you will still see the teledawa on TV, teledawa on Facebook. You will still see Baba Morikas Lagege, you will still see them on Facebook. Or if you see anything anyhow, they will say, Iwamoja Nama, you are going to hellfire. Our legion, you are playing with fire. You are playing with death. They say, Baba, shut up. Leave our legion, leave death, leave everything. If it's sure for you, leave our legion. If they born you, Baba, come out. We will show you. This generation and generation that will say, who you be? They say, that's Oluwo Akpe no FL. Say, Baba, I fear you. I fear Oluwo. But if you bring pastor, they say, Baba, shut up. Shut up. People know they fear against. So everybody is against social media because of the freedom, the clarity, the information they're in. They are the information that will make you question what they have told you about Nigeria. And let me tell you something. If you are not if you didn't deliberately choose to be ignorant, deliberate, selective ignorance or what have you. Now you choose more. If you don't, come on. In this age of quick and fastest information, you should never ever be limited by your thought anymore. You should never, ever be anymore. But politicians will tell you your limitation. They will tell you that you don't have the capacity to think. That even if you think and you think you are smart, if you don't think about this spirit, if you don't think about that spirit, if you don't give credit to them, all of this stuff, this generation is breaking that too. Sorry to break your heart, okay? The fraudulent fake pastors in Nigeria made it so nobody fear them anymore, okay? That doesn't mean that nobody, they fear God, though. People still, they fear God, though. If you say God punish you, they say God punish you too. Even they know that God is not going to punish you for anything. And now that person is feeling like something should punish you. And it felt like if you say God should punish you, you go spark. And you spark, you say God punish you too. Nobody is punishing anybody. So social media gave us that power, gave us that voice, gave us that freedom, gave us that limitless chance to be anything. You see this generation that was using lantern when their fellow in Europe were turning on the electricity. You see this generation, they were using PO Box 121, PMB 133, PMB 001. They say, now my papa get the number 1 mailbox in our town. Chief Agbabiaka Agbabioro. P.O. Box 001. Itaudo Odogbolu, Ogun State. Say that one now specialized for my papa. Same way they always love to have the number one mobile number. That madness anyway. The generation that was battling with that, they can't deal with the fact that we don't need to wait for 7 a.m. Cocoa New Weroing before we know what happened in any pattern, anywhere, anytime we want to. Look at the generation that didn't know that we can know that whatever is that I can sit down here with you without going to the BBC office to say, hello, ladies and gentlemen, meet this young man. He called himself Maiyegun. He's an Oduduwa from Nigeria. He wants to say one or two things on BBC. They say, hey, go there. One person, that Maiyegun want to talk on BBC. Oh boy, to wait, BBC. I am more than BBC. Look at me. This is my studio. The generation that never believed this is going to happen. That generation is battling with my generation, and they're telling us that we should go back to 082. I mean, PMB 120, PMB 001. They send the letter to PMB 001. So what is wrong in that? Let's just, that generation, that failed generation, that contagious, unproductive generation, they will not speak for me and you. And that is why they have done so much to control this social media. But they can't. They can't win. You can only win if you have the capacity of what you are fighting. They have no idea. So let's keep it burning. Let's keep it going. The freedom of speech or no freedom of speech that these guys are defining in Nigeria, you will define it for them. We'll make it. Let me... Diego Harry, your super sticker. Let me read out. Maiyegun, with a clap. I emailed you an archive. Gumi's dad's ultimatum that Nigeria will break up if a Muslim must serve a Christian in a political party. We know that now. Even PDP, they want you to also vote for Politico, another fulani. And guess what? Your Yoruba brothers will tell you why it is the best thing. Your Igbo brothers will try to convince you that it's the best thing. But because we have our own platform, nobody can tell us all of that and get away with it. And that is why they want to shut us down, so that people like us will not continue to tell people not to listen to them. Do you get that? That's why they want to shut us down. Make sure they don't have access to it. But guess what? They can't win. They don't want Nigeria to break up because they don't know who is going to be paying for Bukwari's diapers. Daura cannot afford to buy him a diaper for a whole year. They can't afford to send him to London to go and get medical care just for one day. They don't bond them well. How many cows do you think they will have to sell to fuel a private jet for him? How many? So they need Nigeria more to keep all their dying, corrupt, useless criminals they have in government. But you know what? Keep the fire burning. Now they are talking about breaking up of Nigeria. They are talking about shutting down any platform that is promoting breakup of Nigeria. Let them go ahead and do it and shut it down. People will still have access to them. And they want money. They will be long gone. And nobody will remember them again. Just same way, many of you will never remember Nigeria again. No matter how much it's hard for you to detach yourself from it today. Trust me, when that happens, you will never remember Nigeria again. Joking to you? Don't worry. If you think I come here to joke, I come here to blab, I come here to just talk, I come here to rant, or we all talk, then you are not paying attention. If all we do is just talk, Laya Muhammad will not be running mad. The rest of Bukwari and clan will not be running mad like this, disgracing your Nigeria, blacklisting your Nigeria. Who do you think will come to that place to do business again? You're still complaining of unemployment, no job, no this, no that, increase in crime and all of that. You have no idea what they are doing to you. And if you think it's because we are just ranting, nobody is listening, you are the one who is not listening. You see, those who get the message, they are getting it and they are running mad inside your asshole rock there, everywhere. And that's why we won't stop. No stop. Remember I told you, all of us putting out almost 300 hours of content every day. If I do 2 hours, somebody do 2 hours, another person do 1 hour, another one do 3 hours, the other person do 4 hours. By the time you see about 10,000 people talking, by the time you see just about 100 people alone, they have done more than 20 probably more than, let me see, more than 2,000 hours a day. That's 2,000 hours of unadulterated, unfiltered information on how to break up Nigeria. So do you think they have that capacity to fight that? That's why they can't win. I'm going to see you some other time. So sorry I didn't take call tonight again, okay? But I'm going to take call some other time, okay? If you're my friend on YouTube, go on there now. Give me that thumb up under that video, okay, before you leave tonight. And to my friends who have downloaded the, remember, the send wave, yeah. So I'm still with them. And to all of you who still want to use the Politico promo code, you can still use that if you want to download. If you haven't downloaded the send wave app, right, you can download that in the video right there, okay. And the good thing is that if you send any money to anybody through the app, right, they will be paid in dollars, okay? And if you use that Politico promo code as well, they will get an extra $5, extra £5 or €5 from wherever you are sending the money from using that promo code. That's our own promo code anyway. So except for those who don't probably have an idea how a brand Maiyegun's direct Politico is, okay? So yeah, right there. So you can send money to people directly to their bank, by the way, okay? So how it works is that if you have anybody you want to send money to who uses First Bank, Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, UBA, Guarantee Trust Bank, and then if you are in any of these following countries, okay, because they are not, it's not really available everywhere, all right? If you're in any of these countries, like if you're in the UK, if you're in the US, Canada, Spain, Ireland, Italy, then France, all right? If you're in any of these countries, you will be able to download the app. The link is in the video. Use it. Use the promo code. Sending money from the UK, any amount of money you send from the UK to anyone in Nigeria is free. But if you send any money from the US, or you send any money from any other part of the world where I mentioned earlier, you will only pay 1% of what you are sending. It's pretty much like if you are sending €100, you pay €1 for transfer. If you're sending $100, you pay $1 for charges. And I think that's how it works. And they get to pick up the money in dollars in Nigeria. They won't lose the value of the money, which means, you know what I mean. Well, use it. So every one of you probably would love to test it out. Yeah, try it out, and thank you. And to all my friends again, thanks so much for your time tonight, okay? I'm going to see you some other time. And remember, you can go on to Maiyegun's Politico, the video. Give me a thumb up on that there, and I'm going to see you some other time. For those who haven't subscribed, by the way, you should. It's been a while. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun mami.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi